Hey guys, do you remember a while back I had that kind of scare with my eyesight, and I had that capacitor blow up in my face, and since then I've really been kind of promising that I would take safety glasses and taking care of my eyes more seriously. And so I want to do a video today talking about safety glasses, the standards that are important to note, and just some basic stuff. Now, if you follow the channel closely, you know that I have prescription safety glasses, and I bought them for a couple reasons. One being I have an astigmatism, and that it does affect your vision if you, because you know they don't correct it with my contacts, so it does affect my shooting and my ability to focus long term at the range and all that. So I got them because not only was it nice not to have to worry about my contacts all the time and all that, but it would also help with that problem with the astigmatism. So I bought those, and they're great. I love them. But the thing is not everybody needs prescription safety glasses, and number two, not everyone can afford them. They were like $150, and that was like the sale price. So we're going to take that completely out of the picture and just talk about safety glasses. And what we have here is a pair of the Allen Meta Ballistic glasses. And these things are like $11 on Amazon. Now, when I had this little incident with my eyes, I started going around and looking through my range bag, the garage, started looking at all the safety glasses I had stashed away, and I realized I had a lot. I had like 2 or 3 pairs in the range bag, I had like 2 or 3 pairs in the garage, probably one in my little tool drawer. They were just kind of scattered everywhere. And I think I had 1 or 2 in the trunk too. And in the end, they end up getting bought because, you know, I would forget them, misplace them, they'd end up somewhere else, and so I'd just buy another cheap pair on the way to the range. So what ended up happening is I looked at these and kind of realized that most of them were garbage and really were not offering any protection whatsoever. So I started doing research after that incident happened, of course. And what you want to look for in a safety glass is very simple. What you want to look for is an Ansi Z87 approved lens. Now, construction of these is going to vary pretty drastically based on what you want to pay price-wise and what you're interested in as far as coverage. Do you need coverage for chemicals? Do you need coverage for dust? That kind of thing. But for your average ordinary guy working in a garage, going to the range, your ordinary Allens are actually pretty good. Now, the cool thing about these Allens is they're $11. They meet the ANSI standard, and they also meet the military standard, which is pretty cool because the military standard is a little more stringent than what ANSI puts out there. Now, what to look for, guys, when you buy a pair of glasses is very simple. You can see here in this corner of the lens it says AZ787 plus U6S. Now, that is a code. What that's telling you is it meets the ANSI Z87 standard. The plus means that it's rated for high velocity projectiles. That is very important if you're going to be bringing your glasses to the range. Now, most of the glasses I had, I did find stampings for Z87, you know, like on the frame or something like that, but there was no plus. That plus is very important. You really want, if you're going to bring to the range, you're going to be using a grinder, anything like that, you want that high velocity impact rating. So, important. The U6S means that it is rated to block UV rays, and level 6 is the highest level, and the S means that they are smoke colored. So, you know, of course they come in different tints as well, and we'll get into that as well. Your safety glasses are going to come in a couple of different tints, from perfectly clear, which do nothing. This is smoke, which is a very light colored tint. It's really there just to cut down on brightness outdoors and glare. It really doesn't do anything to enhance the target. Then you have your different colors, your yellow, your ambers, oranges, and all that will help enhance targets based on different conditions that you may be shooting in. So typically, you know, you're going to want to look up and read the intricacies on all of them. For example, like yellows will help enhance the orange if you're using an orange target. But if you're not using an orange target, you know, it's not really going to help. So you definitely want to look into it And it's sometimes good to have several different pairs for different kinds of conditions. Now, as far as construction, I'm not picky. I know a lot of people swear by one-piece construction, you know, the kind with just a one big flat lens, because the theory being that if something does hit your lens and it goes popping inward at your eyeball, that could be bad, versus one solid piece in the front, that lens can't pop in. Yes, it's a concern, you know, but I really don't like those one-piece ones. I feel like they open up your eyes for a little more of debris getting in. You know, being I do use these a lot when I'm working on the grinder and things like that. I like that these fit tight along the nose. I like that they fit tight along the eyes, and I kind of feel like I like them a little bit better, and they offer a little bit of protection when it comes to that sort of stuff. Now, if I was worried about chemical splashing and all that, I would probably want a one piece, but yeah. So these ones, like I said, meet the military standard and the Ansi standard, which is cool. They're small, they're lightweight, you know, $11, guys. $11 on Amazon. So, you know, like I said, guys, the big thing, the most important thing is when you're looking at these, to look for that stamping. It may sometimes be on the glass. It may sometimes be on the frames, sometimes inside of the frames. On my prescription ones, it's actually written very, very tinily in here, which you can barely read because it's black. But yeah, you know, taking proper care of your eyes is really important. And for how many years, guys, when I started looking through these glasses, I had just plain Z87 black lenses. I did not have the plus. I was really exposing myself to, you know, having a failure when it came to high velocity stuff. So it's very easy, guys. You buy a pair of safety glasses at Home Depot. They're not rated for high velocity. You throw them in your range bag. It's easy to screw that up. So for me, I've gotten rid of all the safety glasses that are not marked. I've gotten rid of all the safety glasses that are not Z87 Plus. And it's left me with only a couple of pairs now. I have my prescription Zs, and I have a couple of I think Smith & Wesson yellow ones up in the range bag. But, you know, I think it was important to get rid of those, to take it seriously, guys, because it is really important. Your eyes, you know, are a very tough thing to fix if you do have a problem with them. And these things, you know, like, they're not perfect, guys. They're not going to save you from a bullet. What they're going to save you from is slow-moving pieces, ricochets, things like that, that could potentially, they will protect your eyes from spatter. Anyone knows if you fired an AR-15 that there can often be a lot of grease and oil that kind of comes off the gun and boils off the gun. Can be very hot. Same thing with blowback 22s, especially if you're left-handed. Let's point that out as well. If you're a lefty, oftentimes you have that ejection port right in your face. Eye protection becomes even more crucial for that. So a lot of important things, very important to have. You know, when you're shooting firearms, it's not just the fact that you have, you know, bullets that could potentially ricochet, you know, shatter, send fragments of targets back. You know, you have hot boiling oil, you have potential catastrophic failures of firearms, and then just your average run-of-the-mill dumbasses next to you. So as far as I'm concerned, you know, after having that incident, you know, and really kind of having, you know, the possibility of losing an eye in an accident, I really just kind of feel like from now on, I will always make sure I'm buying good, proper glasses and making sure they are a minimum of the Z87 Plus standard. And I know in my case now, I'm also going to look for ones that pass the military standard as well, because why not have that extra protection? These glasses were $11. That's like $4 more than the cheap ones, and it gives you that little bit of extra comfort. So hope you guys enjoyed.